Welcome to new102.com. It's Kory, the afternoon DJ, and I'm here with the, as of last night, new WWE champion, Daniel Bryan. Okay, so first off, a lot of people don't realize the chaotic schedule that wrestlers are on. We were talking about this before the camera started rolling. You won the WWE championship last night at, let's say, 10:40 p.m., right?
Yep, that would be accurate,
right?
yeah.
You arrived in Cleveland at 2:30 this morning.
2:30 this morning, yep.
Took a power nap, maybe, allegedly. Did media all morning. Now, as soon as you're done with me, I'm your last interview for today. You're going to the queue to get ready for Raw.
Yes.
Raw's not, so you're not done working until midnight.
Right, correct.
And you do this how many days a year?
We're on the road 250 days a year, but Raw is only 52 days. Yeah. And then SmackDown is another 52 of those days. And then pay-per-views are probably 13 of those days. So those are the TV days. Those are the long days. And not every day I'm doing media like this. It's,
right.
You know, so the media days are once or twice a month. So it's, you know, it's not as bad as it sounds.
It does sound bad because, you know, a lot of people, and I want to clear this up because especially for people who, you know, maybe have never watched wrestling before, or like a lot of my friends are like, oh, I used to watch that when I was a kid, but I'm an adult now. You know, wrestling is, I describe it to people as it's very athletic. It's still very dangerous. It still hurts like hell. The only thing that makes it fake, as people would say, is the intent to injure. Yeah. Is not there.
Right. Correct.
You two aren't actually trying to kill each other.
Right.
But it still hurts.
Right. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so you combine that schedule with a beat up, bruised body, you know, all the time. You're doing non-televised shows. We had a house show here at the Wolstein Center a few weeks back, and I mean it's got to be brutal. Do you really value your time off, your days that you get off? Do you want to turn the iPhone off? And
I actually, it's funny because I don't carry my phone around with me when I have my off days. And even like on the days where we have live events where it's just like we don't have to be to the building till 5:30, a lot of times my phone's not even on me. And I love that feeling. I love that freedom. But my off days are becoming fewer and further between because we're filming this reality show, the Total Divas show.
Divas. I was going to ask you about that.
So on our off days, people are following us around, and luckily it's more Bree than me. So it's so I get a little bit more time, but it's still there.
Let's do a proper for WWE and talk about Total Divas here. Real quick. Brie Bella is your girlfriend.
My girlfriend.
How long have you been together?
2.5 years.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah.
Put a ring on it.
Yeah.
Pay attention to Beyonce. I'm just saying. It airs on the E Network.
Yep.
When does it air?
I don't know.
It airs on the PPR. So
It's on. It's crazy because we don't
Sunday
have cable.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's Sunday nights, and I want to say it's at like 10 p.m. It's right after the Kardashians. So like, we don't have cable. I haven't seen the show. I have been on the show. This is 8 episodes in. They had the mid-season finale last night.
Yeah.
Right? And I have not seen a single episode.
So now Brie's sister is John Cena's girlfriend.
Yes.
What the hell, man? Like,
okay.
Like, seriously. You know, you have the former WWE champion dating one of the Bella twins, who are also wrestlers, by the way, and very talented wrestlers. And then, I'm sorry, WWE superstars. And then you're dating the other Bella.
Yeah.
Do you and John have a strange bond over this?
Do you know what? Kind of. But I think we have our bond is more over our passion for wrestling and how you appreciate people who work really hard, right? But it's also interesting because we are totally different people, way different people, and that's why it's so funny is because Nicole and Brie are two totally different people. Like for example, I drive a 2010 Honda Fit.
Okay.
That has, you have to have a key to get in. It's not one of those things where you can unlock it. I can't unlock it from the radio station and like it makes lights or anything like that. I have to put a key in and turn it and then open the door. John, on the other hand, has like 20 cars.
Right.
And like not cars that are more expensive than my entire house. And like, and, you know, and it's just different strokes for different folks. Nicole loves all that stuff.
Right.
Brie has never once complained about and we share the Honda Fit. We the two of us share it. So it's like, yeah, and she never complains about the key or anything like that. She thinks it's great. Oh yeah, the Fit is perfect for us. Like we can fit all our groceries in the back, and
she's the practical.
Yeah, it's very fuel efficient and all that kind of stuff, So it's interesting because they fit each other very well, and me and Bree fit each other really well. So that's nice.
You talk about the differences between you and say John Cena. You knew this question was coming. It probably comes in every interview. You and Cena come from very different wrestling backgrounds. Mm-hmm. You came up. You and I talked about this again before the camera started rolling in the independent circuit, which I've been involved in since I was 16 years old. Mm-hmm. It's gritty. You're wrestling in legitimately bingo halls and, on the floors of former slaughterhouses and anywhere that they can fit 50 chairs in a ring, mm-hmm. that's where you're working. There's no dressing rooms. Uh-huh. It's just a giant room. If you're lucky, otherwise it's just a curtain. It's gritty, and that's where a lot of 90% of the wrestlers wrestling today are wrestling in the independent circuit,
right? Because
you have WWE and TNA, which are big companies, but that only represents 100 guys,
right?
The rest of them are fighting their way up through the minors, if you will. What do you think, or how do you think coming up through the independent separates you from the guys like John who kind of came right into developmental?
You know what? It's interesting because I don't think that there's a difference in how we came in necessarily as far as how we perform. I think it's what you like is the difference in how you perform. There are people who have come through the WWE developmental system who love technical wrestling,
right,
and that sort of thing. And so they gravitate, they watch that, they study that, they learn that. And there's lots of people you can learn from in WWE. We have Dean Malenko, Fit Finlay, William Regal, all these people who you could learn. Any move that you ever wanted to learn, you can learn from these guys because they are geniuses. Arn Anderson, what an incredible amount of knowledge you have, to take on hand with you. But you also, if you are drawn to the entertainment aspect of wrestling, for example, The Rock was never my favorite. My favorites were Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko. I love technical wrestling, and that's why I gravitated to that. And John, you can see he liked the entertainment aspect of it too. But one of the things that people sleep on about John is that he has great matches. I don't think John is technical in the sense of, like, for example, give me 10 different counters to a wrist lock.
No,
he's not that guy. But when it comes to putting together an entertaining match for the WWE fans,
telling a story,
he does it. He does a very good job of it. But one of the things that I think is very good about coming up on the independents is that you are ready for anything.
Right.
And you appreciate everything more. For example, at WWE, we have bottled water at every building we go to.
Deal.
Yeah, and people will laugh at that and be like, "Well, yeah, of course you do. You guys are big." Well, guess what? On the independents, you bring your own gallon jug. Yeah, your gallon jug of water, and that is what you use to bathe your face after the match, so that you hope that you don't get some sort of skin infection from the mat that you just wrestled on. So for us, for example, we wrestle in something that the people who have only really been in WWE or spent maybe a year or two doing independent stuff and maybe a year or two in developmental, and then they come up here and spend the rest of their careers here. That's great for them. They had an incredible opportunity, but they don't appreciate showers. Right? Like last night, I finished my match, and do you know how happy I was to have a shower? It felt amazing. If I had to get in the car and drive 160 miles after with no shower, I would have done it and not thought anything of it. But man, do I appreciate that shower.
Living or dead, who are your absolute favorite wrestlers of all time? Let's try to get a top 10 out of you.
Oh, a top 10. Oh my gosh, that's really hard. I think Shawn Michaels is actually the best as far as the WWE entertainment style goes, as far as people to watch. I loved watching Arn Anderson. Dean Malenko was my favorite as a kid. Not as a kid, but as a high schooler. Like I would just watch him, and I was in awe of his technical ability. Rey Mysterio is probably one of the most innovative high flyers. Like now, as he's had like 7 or 8, maybe more knee surgeries now. But like when he was in WCW and the stuff he's done in WWE, just incredible. When you look at Japanese guys that I really, really liked, There's a guy named Masawa over there it was just awesome. I like wrestling a guy named Koji Kanemoto. Yuji Nagata is fantastic. European wrestlers. See, and this is the thing where I get off topic of a lot of people because I have all these different experiences with different people. But Johnny St. Fit Finley is one of the best wrestlers of all time. When you talk about luchadors, I like a guy named Blue Panther who's different from a lot of lucha guys. He doesn't do a lot of high flying. He does a lot of technical stuff, and just incredible. So, I mean, I think I might have named 10 guys right there.
You might have.
So, yeah.
How did the beard start?
The beard,
because you now have shirts that say "Respect the Beard," and it's a part of your character.
It's a part of my character now.
How did that start?
Okay, so this isn't the first time I've done this.
It's not.
No, in 2005, I went over to Japan and I had actually lost my razor. Razors like $10, you know, those nice Mach 3 or whatever it was at the time,
right.
You know, they're like $10. I was like, I'll wait till whenever to get another one. And I just never got one. And I grew out a beard, and it wasn't as long as this, but it was close. I ended up shaving it because my sister's wedding was coming up, and she didn't want me in the wedding photos looking like I do now.
Fair enough.
So last year, I just, you know, I decided I'm going to stop shaving for a little bit. I grew out my beard, and then I just like not shaving. Shaving is such a pain. And then I came up with the idea of growing out my hair. And the beard was a perfect mask for that, right? Because everybody focuses on this. And then when your hair
your hair's gotten really long.
Yeah, and then as your hair is going through that awkward stage, nobody is noticing because everybody's looking at my crazy beard. So it's So yeah. If you look at that,
this is what Daniel Bryan looked like. How old is this photo?
Oh my gosh, maybe a year ago.
A year ago, yeah. So you could see the difference in the hair, and definitely in the beard.
Yeah,
it's grown out a little bit.
And people didn't realize I was growing out my hair until maybe 4 or 5 months ago from now, and they're like, "Wait a second, your hair is getting long." Yep.
Yeah. The Facebook question, I couldn't find it, so I can't remember the guy's name, so I apologize, was he said, "I want to start growing my beard out. What are your tips? And do you use conditioner in your beard?" That's a real question.
Yes. And so the key to growing out a beard, and there may be better things for growing out a beard, because I don't have the world's best beard. I just have persistence in not cutting it.
You might have the world's most famous beard at this point.
Yeah, and so, but it's essentially you just don't cut it. You just let it grow. But I do shampoo and condition it, and I also put coconut oil in it. And
nice.
I put coconut oil in it so it doesn't it'll frizz out when I start wrestling, and then it looks really weird. And so I put coconut oil in it to keep it down and that sort of thing.
So you actually like the beard?
I love the beard, yeah. And do you know who else loves the beard who you wouldn't think would love the beard?
Bree?
She loves it, yeah. She loves it. There was talk of potentially shaving my beard at one point. And she was like, "Absolutely not. I am not. I will not go for that." She's even more averse to me shaving my head. I like the look of a shaved head with
the beard.
Big wacky beard.
Right.
She hates it.
Yeah.
She likes long hair and big beards, and that's what she's into. So.
That's good. You found a woman who not only loves wrestling, but doesn't require you to shave.
Right. Yeah. And is happy with just a Honda Fit. So.
Yeah. Let's get back to the WWE title picture, because last night at Night of Champions was huge. All on the wrestling boards online, everybody's talking, Randy Orton's going to win again, and they're going to drag this out to WrestleMania, whatever. Everybody gossips online.
Right.
And then, lo and behold, Triple H, the COO, says no one's going to be allowed to interfere in this match. And that's the only way you've lost recently.
Right.
Is because of outside interference. Because they keep throwing people at you to mess you up. They have the Giant punching you. Sorry, not the Giant, the Big Show. Mm-hmm. Old school. They have the Shield attacking you at every turn. Last night, that curveball's thrown in right at the top of the show. No one's going to be allowed to interfere. Randy Orton was obviously shaken by that right off the top. You guys have an epic match. It was a really good match, first and foremost, regardless of outcome. It was a match to be proud of. And you win. And a lot of us who watched your last title victory at the last pay-per-view were sitting there at the end of the match going, okay, where's Triple H?
Right.
He's going to come out. Because the big thing everybody's talking about, and I wonder if this is going to come into play tonight at Raw, is that the count was really fast. The referee was 3, done. That's a little fast. So we're all watching, waiting, and then, sure enough, the pay-per-view goes off the air with you holding the title. which you don't have with you today, which I'm a little surprised.
Yeah.
I would have slept with it last night.
Well, this is what people don't understand, is that the old titles was very I could have done that.
Because of the nameplate.
Yeah, because of the nameplate. All you do is you take the nameplate off, you put a new nameplate back on. They can be doing the engraving of the nameplate while I'm doing this interview, and I can hold it without any nameplate.
Right.
Right here, and like I can show it to everybody, and yay, look at me, I'm the champion. Yeah. But now they don't have that because of the new title. What they have is they have like logos on the side,
right,
and they have to take off the old Randy Orton logos and put on a new Daniel Bryan logo on that, and that requires some serious work.
Right.
And so that means that immediately after the pay-per-view, I don't have the
They're
title.
like, congratulations, give it back.
Right, yeah.
Right. So what's next for you? People are going to come out to Raw tonight. There's still tickets available.
Yep.
It's at Quicken Loans Arena. We're going to obviously see the aftermath of Night of Champions. You're going to walk into Quicken Loans Arena tonight as the champ.
Yep.
What are you expecting to happen tonight? Because you said in your post-match interview last night that you know they don't want you to be the champion.
Yeah.
So you're expecting them to throw something at you tonight. What can we expect if we go down to the queue tonight, or if we're watching it on USA?
Do you know what? It's interesting because you never know what to expect with the WWE, and that's it's exciting, but it's also problematic from my
right,
point of view as being the WWE champion. But I'm up for anything. So whatever they throw at me, I usually handle curveballs pretty well. So I'm not afraid of anybody that they want to have me wrestle. And I'm not afraid of management. I'm not afraid to get fired. I've been fired twice already, so they can fire me again. And if they fire me as WWE champion, I will make so much money on the independents.
That's true.
It will be crazy.
Wrestling with the belt.
Right, yeah.
All right, let's end with something fun. I'm gonna rapid fire throw some legendary wrestlers' names at you. Tell me the first word that pops into your head.
Okay.
Hulk Hogan.
I'm so bad at this game because my brain takes me in a bunch of places that it probably shouldn't go.
Do it.
Yeah, well, I can't because I am now a representative of the company.
That's true. You're now the face of the company.
So you can interpret this how you want, but I think vitamins, which my initial reaction was something else.
Right. Something else that is a dietary supplement,
right.
if you will. Randy Orton.
Snakes.
Triple H.
Also a snake.
Big Show.
Bear.
Yeah. Sheamus.
Hard hitting.
Ric Flair.
The best.
Arn Anderson.
The Enforcer.
Sting.
Hilarious.
Undertaker.
Creepy.
CM Punk.
Straight Edge.
That's 2 words.
Oh, okay.
But I'll let you. It's hyphenated.
Can I just say straight?
It's hyphenated. Allegedly. Nice. You threw me off my game.
Right.
Brie Bella.
Hot.
Ah, there you go. John Cena.
Hot.
I don't think we can take it any further. John Cena's hot.
Yeah.
All right, so tonight, Quicken Loans Arena, and beyond that, you can watch Daniel Bryan struggle to hang on to his WWE Championship. God, I hope he does. You can watch, that's Monday night, 8 to 11-ish, usually goes over, on USA, and then there's SmackDown on Friday nights, and just look up WWE in your DVR, and you'll find it. Daniel Bryan, you got to give us the yes on the way out.
Okay, be careful because it's really loud, okay?
Give it. Do it.
Yes! Yes!